everyone, it's me, Carol. Thanks for joining me as we continue looking at that specific date of birth that you or someone you know may be born on. We will discuss numerology, astrology, esoteric meanings. Happy to say we are now on our first double-digit number in any month. And things get a little bit more complicated. And why is that? Because we now have two vibrations in a number, really three, because numerologists always say break down any number until it is one digit, of course, unless it is one of the three master numbers. Let's begin by looking at the planets, which do include the esoteric planets that I had discussed earlier through numbers 1 and 9. It is the Sun, Jupiter, and Mars. The signs, zodiac signs, are Leo and Sagittarius. The element is fire. The energy is yang. It is masculine. It is active. And the Concord is mind scientific, basically going to be the same as the reduced 10, which is 1. You don't see a classification. I will discuss that at the end of this video. It is also going to be the same as number 1. And here, friends, is our first challenge. And that challenge is the number 1. Let's begin by saying that the double digits going forward will add extra emphasis on your life path number. Very quickly, your life path number is the number that you get adding up your year, month, and date of birth. Add it up vertically. When you get 4 numbers, you add those across horizontally until you have 1 number. That's your life path number, and it indicates the lessons you are here to learn. Now, keeping this in mind, where your sun sign is, what house it's in astrology, in the horoscope, gives you further insight into where the emphasis is this lifetime. Now you have a department in your horoscope. You know what the lessons are from your life path number in numerology. And then you have all this additional information to help you if you're born on the 10th day. Lastly, also take into consideration where the planet Jupiter and Mars are located in your horoscope, as well as any major aspects. Why? Because they correspond to the number 10. So they're going to be more important in your zodiac sign. The 10th day of birth in any month will give a strong, willful, independent, determined personality traits. Now, in parentheses, October, because it's the 10th month, increases this vibration and adds a greater influence from past lives and one's karma. That could be positive and negative. But here you have now 2 number 10s in someone's date of birth. In youth, 10s may have felt very much alone, having a mind that seems to think and often expresses itself differently than those around them. Depending on their upbringing, environmental situations, and sense of self, they may have been shy, reserved, and introverted well into their early teens. They're always original and forward-minded. They can get bored quickly and not follow through or finish what they started. As 10s mature, they prefer and seem to thrive when giving free rein and lots of options. They will fight for what they want and believe in. Freedom is a number 1 priority for many 10s. And the mantra is I am. Now that's really important because with that mantra, with this 10 energy, we now connect them to the 3rd and last fire sign, Aries. Remember I said it already corresponded to Leo and Sagittarius, that I am pioneering, warrior, leader, groundbreaking tendency is of the Aries. So now we have all three dynamic fire signs in this vibration. Okay, now we're going to break down of the number 10-1, and that is a triple vibration. Let me explain that. You have 3 digits. You have the number 1 and the 0, and then we reduce it. 10, a number 1 and a 0 is going to just add up to 1. So you basically have 2 ones and the 0. But here, again, something important for all double-digit numbers. When working with double numbers, you take the number on the right and work it through the number on the left. So that would be the 0 working through the 1. Keep in mind that the number on the right is more powerful than the number on the left. So that means the 0 is more powerful than the 1. Why is that? Well, we'll explain that going further. 0, we can also look at that symbolically as a circle, often called or referred as naught, cosmic egg, golden egg, serpent egg, God, a symbol of unmanifested deity. As well as in the Bible, the circle represents the darkness of chaos from which the cosmos emerges. Now, I put in parentheses the great abyss without beginning and without end, because that is what the description of chaos means. 0, or an empty circle, symbolizes no beginning or end. We know that. But within it, and this is why it is so powerful, it is both potential, and it is the incomprehensible absolute. In Kabbalism, it is called boundless, limitless light. Pythagoras saw 0 as the monad, the originator and container of all. In esoteric teachings, I am referencing Madame Blavatsky. She is the author of The Secret Doctrine. In her book, she says, the 0 applies to man. The O symbolizes the sacred auric egg, which envelops him. Now, what did she mean by that? I have in parentheses the aura around each and every one of us. The 0 in numbers, in numerology specifically, symbolizes potential or the embryo. Now, the embryo, again, is referencing a protection of the seed or the egg in the shell. And if you kept reading Madame Blavatsky, she would talk about as a man evolves, goes through his embryo and then finally cracks the shell of the egg, meaning he's evolved enough. Well, now he is illuminated. His aura is illuminated. So it has magical value and a protective agent, your embryo, protective agents. 10 is an intensified number 1 with the higher vibration from an evolutionary standpoint. So everything that I covered about the number 1 individual born on the first day pertains to you as well as what I'm discussing here today. Therefore, in this lifetime, there will be lessons having greater significance in order to help your continued growth in your evolutionary process. Here I broke down where you are working with the highest potential. That is the next paragraph. 10 finds a mission, a cause to work towards with strong principles and convictions. They understand how the ego mind works, that opposition and challenges are there as learning skills. And one of them being is to eventually rely on their higher consciousness, not as much on the ego. Know thyself becomes all-inclusive as the 10 seeks to understand who they are and their purpose this lifetime. They also come to learn the importance of teamwork. That means because they are pioneers, because they are warriors, they sometimes like to go it alone, but as a 10 now, not in 1, they really have to learn to kind of conform, let go of the tendency to be in charge, and allowing for the process of their mission, whatever it may be, small, large, let it evolve in its own timing. Don't push it. 10s benefit when they temper their belief that they know more or best. Destiny often presents humbling occurrences, finding greater success when they learn to listen and take advice from a higher source. 10s will know when they are living out of balance. All of a sudden, they have noticed a strong need to control and be in control, and they say, I got to temper that a little bit. They do not like to conform to what they believe will stop them from obtaining their goals. And without self-reflection, they often do not see how selfish they can be at times. It is helpful for them to ask, what is my intention for doing this? That last sentence exemplifies the number 10 because they are very creative through the power of their mind. And their mind must be based on listening to higher guidance and tempering the ego. So that last statement really exemplifies the key for them, that creativity through the power of their mind. What is their intention for using that creativity? Now, here is the challenge that I said was our first challenge here from the number 10, and how that was obtained. You add up again, right to left, which is the easiest way and the correct way. So we're adding up right to left. 0 minus 1 is going to be 1. And the challenge of the number 1 is to individualization. You must individualize yourself and become your true self. And that is something that you can meditate on, contemplate upon, and think what that means to you. The challenge is, in effect, for a lifetime. Any challenge. We'll be talking about other challenges with the double digits. But they has greater significance when the individual is in a personal year cycle that is the same number as the challenge number. Now, here is a example. So your challenge is a number 1. It's for a lifetime. And your life path number, let's say, is also a 1. Then that's kind of a very, very strong 10 tendency. You are protective. It is magical, but there is definitely a karmic hand at work here. Now, for those of you who do not know how to find your personal year number, all you do is you take the current universal year, we're in 2023, you add your month and you add your day. You're going to get 4 numbers. We're going to add those horizontally. 2 plus 0 plus 4 plus 2 is 8. So this person is in an 8 personal year number. They're not in a 1, but you do want to check to see if you are. All right, everyone. I know that was a lot of information. Please let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. And I do recommend that anyone who was born on the 10th day to go back and look at the information that I gave for the birthday of number 1. I will put a link because there I do go into the Concord, the scientific mind, and the class, which are here very quickly. You also are going to get the same letters in your name, which is also going to add emphasis if you're born on the 10th day and you have these letters as a first, middle, or last name. Greater emphasis. You're also going to look at jobs. Yeah, you have to incorporate both of these in order to better understand yourself. I appreciate everyone following along. I welcome your thoughts and your comments. Thanks, everyone. Take care. We'll talk again soon.